expectation as we are in Umlazi, and Umlazi comes from Umlazi, a Zulu word used for sour acid produced from sour milk. The story has it, when Kinshaka passed through the area, he refused to drink from a local river, claiming it tasted like Umlaza. Thus the area was known as Umlazi from that point on. Legend has it, in inverted commas. And on that note, a very good evening. It is to you as, well, the 2023 HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Cup has been mind-blowing. And we were thoroughly entertained earlier in the first semi-final between Lesotho and Malawi. And dare I say, that semi-final had more up in the stands than this semi-final, which has the hosts. Such was the expectation, and the way those two nations went about business in entertaining, they thoroughly entertained here. But with regards to these two nations, we'll start off with South Africa. Started off with a draw where they came from behind against Namibia. Then they had to battle through Botswana and Eswatini. It hasn't been smooth sailing. They've had the job done though, William Shongwe.
Indeed, and they seem to be getting better with every game that they played. And I'm not sure though, with just so much little time in between, if they still have enough to go carry on.
So that's how South Africa finished top of their group. They're the only side to have advanced from this group. And while they did their business after a stumbling start, they got better and better as the tournament has moved along, and will need to continue to get better, especially considering the opponents here in a Zambian nation that has had its own fans up in the stands over the course of this tournament at the different venues we've had in this tournament. But a Zambian side that started off with a loss and seemingly got better as the games went along.
It's norm in such tournaments. And for me, this is what basically the discussion with the coach has been, to say, hey, how much have you improved from the last game, and what combination, what areas seems to be clicking?
And for the Zambians, they of course finished as the best runners-up, keeping in mind there were three groups, and the top winners in each group, including the best second-place side, would advance on through. Let's have a look at the Zambians then. They came in behind Malawi, who had a 100% record, made last time for themselves when leading 4-0 on the last day, but then conceded two late goals, which meant on the very last of the group days, they had to watch on hoping opponents would drop points, which is what they did. Now, let's get ready for a conversation William Mshongwe had with not only one but two of the coaches in action. He spoke to Morena Ramorabodi of South Africa as well as Moses Sishoni of Zambia. Let's visit or revisit those conversations.
Coach, late into the night last night, I saw you having a meeting with your technical staff, and obviously it was in preparation for this game, a big game against the champions of the cup, against a powerhouse of African football. What did you come up with in that meeting?
Yeah, thank you very much. We had to sit down, plan properly, and try to agree on certain things, because this is a big match, and when you are sent to a tournament, you are sent there not to sleep, but to make sure that you conquer. So we were trying our level best to make sure that we prepare thoroughly, we analyze everything, and I think we have done our best. We leave everything to the boys to go out there and do their best.
Tactics and all that junk goes out of the window now. It's all about the mental attitude.
I think we were tested before. We have won 3 matches, we have won 2 matches and drew 1. And out of all the things that one can indicate from our performance, we have showed character. And I believe that this is one match that needs character. This is one match that needs mental strength. And I believe that we'll go out there and do the business as usual.
What else have you seen improving with your team? Like you said, you started with a draw and won the other 2, but that shows progress in as far as the team is concerned. What are those areas that were interesting to you?
The ability to play for each other, the ability to fight for each other, and the willingness to adapt to different ways of playing. We have tried to do a couple of things in trying to get to where we are. So obviously I think a lot of things have improved, and the attitude as well, the willingness to fight and win the match. That's one thing that I think has kept us into this tournament. So we'll go out again today, do our best, and I believe that something will have to come out.
Coach, best of luck.
Thanks very much, Praveen.
In a tournament that started a little bit slow for the Zambians, but putting 4 against Seychelles in the last game in the group stages made a big statement.
Yeah, of course, we did a good job despite the 2 goals that we conceded against Seychelles. For me, it's just that the players, I'm sure they got excited that, okay, we've done our job according to the plan.
It's the knockout stages. And the group stages, of course, you can beat around the bush, but now you can't do otherwise. You have to win to go to the finals.
Yes, we are aware about that. And actually, you know, after yesterday's training, we had to do some analysis over the game against South Africa. So the guys are aware what it means to play the game today and how important the game it is today.
Now, I'm sure you've watched Bafana play. And what's your impression about him? Where do you hope to exploit any weaknesses?
We know that Bafana, they are playing with 1 man more with the Cloud. They are hosts. So we are prepared. And I hope South Africa will going to give us a tough game. And we are prepared for South Africa.
I'm sure there are people watching you as you speak right now at home in Zambia. And a word of encouragement for them, what would you say?
Yeah, of course, we need our fans back home to support us. And even the guys, they know. They are not just representing themselves here. They are representing every Zambian citizen. And we just hope after this game we'll be able to smile and make our fans back home happy.
Coach, thank you so much and all of the best.
Thank you.
The available final spots of the 2023 HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Cup will come down to a battle between 2 of the most successful nations at this year's tournament as host South Africa take on defending champion Zambia at the King Zwelithini Stadium. It's been thoroughly entertaining. It's been far from predictable, and in as far as who will join Lesotho in the final, well, 90 minutes will tell, or a possible penalty shootout, but it's hard to differentiate between these 2 great sides in the history of the COSAFA Cup. It's South Africa to the left of your picture, it's Zambia to the right of your picture. They don't come with more pedigree than these 2 nations at this year's tournament, and well, it's the final before the final in many people's views this. So let's go down to the national anthems and then get down to the business of semi-final football.
For the national anthem of Zambia. Proud and free, land of weight and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for our rights. We want freedom's fight, oh, one, strong and free. Africa is our motherland, fashioned with a blessed by God's good hand. Let us all our people join as one, brothers under the sun. Oh, one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace in Zambia's sky, like a noble eagle in its flight. Zambia, praise to thee, oh, one, strong and free. Praise be to God, praise be, bless our great Zambia, Zambia, Zambia. Remain we stand under the flag of our land. Zambia, praise to thee, oh, one, strong and free. May I ask you to stand up again for the national anthem of South Africa.
winners of the COSAFA Cup in 2002, 2007, 2008, 2016, and last winning it in 2021. Only two nations have done better than South Africa in that regard. One of them, of course, is the opponent that stands before them today. And that, of course, are the Zambians. Winners in 97 and 98, in 2006, 2013, 2019, and then in 2022. The only nation that matches Zambia is Zimbabwe. South Africa one win away from matching both those nations in the three that are outstanding so far in the history of the COSAFA Cup. For the South Africans, they will have Mabasa, of course, in good nick, having scored a couple of important goals, and in the attacking areas, the combination between he and the creativity of Kapinga, including the goal-scoring ability of Rangers, means they really are sharp in the attack. That's why ever present and inspiring in the heart of midfield for South Africa.
To trick in today's starting lineup is the speedies up front in Mohaila and Reyners, but sometimes they play a little bit narrow to allow Kakane, the fullback, and Lake, who loves to do those push-ups on either side of the channel to create more numbers in attack.
For the Zambians, well, a number of goal scorers in their side here, and they hope to put their best foot forward against the South Africa, of course, with Molambia having scored a couple of goals here. They also do have the creative ability of Kampamba, who's been outstanding in this tournament, but the defensive pairing of Shabala as well as Kwanguluma will be crucial in ensuring Zambia take their place in the final.
Bafana side likes to play through the middle with speed. Kangwanda comes through for me. Kapungu is another. Roadblocks in as far as trying to slow down anything that South Africa might throw at them.
Well, the 12th man, as you heard Moses Shona, the coach of Zambia, say, speaking to William Shonga before this match got underway, will very well be crucial in this match. In as far as the officials, the main referee will be Gabe Sodindra of Botswana. Will be assisted by Kasili Memolefe of Botswana as well. His second assistant is Zacharias Baloyi of Mozambique, whilst the fourth official is Temikosi Damini. Sishoni looking to his side here to continue to get better, knowing this may very well be the toughest test yet outside of that opening game against Malawi. Ramuribodi spoke of character coming into this game, and Maya, the likes of Lyle Kay, with all of the experience he has under his belt, and the rest of his teammates, going to need a bit of character against a solid Zambian side. It's Zambia to attack the left of your picture, South Africa to attack the right. Well, let's step in and hope for good quality in a COSAFA Cup that hasn't disappointed us yet in the way of quality, goals, surprises. And if you are just joining us for the first time today, we had a bit of a surprise in Lesotho with 10 men for the entire second half, going on to get the better of Malawi in a penalty shootout. Now, Zambia looking for the bright start, get the corner immediately on the front foot.
Managed to stop this cross, but he was responsible for giving a pass away, which allowed Zambia to pick it up and build up. But he has had a stunning game every time he's put into the field.
Zambia looking for the most positive of starts here, far post. It will go out for the goal kick. And what will be interesting is watching those battles inside the box here. They do have some rather big fellas in this Zambian side that have good strength as well. And big talking point here is all the way to Zimela in between the sticks for South Africa. We've gotten used to Bar starting throughout the tournament. He now takes a place on the bench, and it's Zimela that comes on to, well, take his place in his first showing of the tournament. The man who plays the tough football for Amazulu.
Playing in front of his home friends.
Now, Mabasa nicely down into the pass of Kapinga, and that took a while the first time of asking, then went to go and have the follow-up shot that lacked in quality.
First game he played, I thought maybe he was blocked a little bit too much and lacking fitness, but each and every time, I think in the second game he didn't start, but with every game that he's played, he's looked better and better, and I'm sure he'll be looking to make a fine showing in this game as well to convince any takers out there for him.
Maybe again forcing another corner. So let's send the big man forward here. Haida on the defensive end for the South Africans. All they need is quality balls. Give the big men push forward here a chance to fancy themselves against the South Africans, who've got good numbers back in defense. Second forward here for the Zambians. Near post against the South Africans that stand firm on the defensive ends. Now, Rayners has a bit of pace here under pressure. Wins the throw in. South Africans able to get more numbers forward beyond that halfway line as the Zambians switch to the defensive end of the game here. Kangwanda with the last touch. Now, good skill here. Rayners! Ask questions, early questions of Wanda, and while he took up a good goalkeeping position nice and early then, didn't need to use his hands for the save. So, South Africa. Strength coming to the fore, and Zambia immediately on the transition, but for a bad take on the move, they really look to be onto something.
Poor ball control, poor first touch, I think is what gave him away. It was a great chance as he had that ball in front of him. I think the defense was a little bit off position to block him.
Shot from range then won't cause any problems for Zimela, who's yet to have to make a save. But Rayners has been a positive on the front foot here for South Africa.
Back to Zimela. I think as we look into this, how he's able to control the ball, clear himself of the defender. It was on target. Difficult one for the goalkeeper, landing just in front of him. Yes, Mzimela. I think the other thing that he brings into this game is his footwork, his playing ability, because they'll need a bit of that. With Zambia, who you can see their high line that they're pushing, you need a goalkeeper that is also compatible on the ball. And talking to his goalkeeper coach, Nare, he says that boy needs game time. He's too good to be sitting as a number 3 at Amazulu.
Now, ball kept moving here. They do have a man down to the Zambians. They've continued to push on. Zimela able to push it up the field. Good news from a South African point of view. And as far as the 12th man, looking out at the grandstand on the far side, the numbers have increased somewhat from what we started the match off 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, just before the match got underway. So the 12th man increasing in number here as the evening wears on. They continue to come in, which will weigh heavily on the side of the Zambians if they get going and are allowed to get going by a good South African performance.
And what would be of comfort to South Africa, or Bafana Bafana in this case, is Uldamin Undumi, so that is also here. And when the crowd is down, he's the one that normally gets them going.
Plays the role of mascot at this venue. And he was there for the singing of the national anthem. He's there from the start of the game. Pretty soon you'll get to hear the effects he'll have on those out in this main grandstand once he gets going. Keep in mind, South Africa on the longest unbeaten run in the COSAFA Cup currently. Games, in fact it's just beyond 11 games with the 3 games they played in the group stages. They've moved on to 14. Now, movement on the far side. Oh, they are looking for the shot here as well, kindly for the Zambians, and we suspect maybe a handball. The reason why the whistle went, and the defender and striker getting into it then after the whistle had gone. Libamba on one end and Allen on the other. Libamba is the man that looked to maybe lose it a little bit in the way he reacted to the defender's presence.
But excellent from Keegan Allen. Calm, collected, and was first to show his hand to say, okay, let's forget about it. Because if you're going to try and now talk back and you're just not helping the situation, it just goes out of hand.
The midfield battle will be interesting here as Kapumbu shows it out wide then for the early delivery for 10, keeping the central defenders honest here from a South African point of view. Both Mohammed and Allen coming good in the air, battling against Libamba. Chabar. Back to Mwanza. Rainers applying a bit of pressure. Teammates playing their part too in trying to force an error out of the Zambians. It's beautifully done as they find Kapamba with space to turn and with the option on this near side. He's now standing. The man wearing the number 7 jersey for the Zambians throughout this tournament. Now they've got 4 in the box here. Ball in. Allen was necessary then defensively. Kapumbu. Mbamba takes the shots, throws it in towards the edge of the box. The heavy touch sees Mtaka pick up the pieces. Kapinga, outnumbered, outwitted. Mbamba gets beyond one, sets it up now for the shot from range. He's always keen. There's a number of those throughout this tournament where if he's afforded the space, he will take a shot.
But similarly this time around, I think there was a defender in front of him, which I thought maybe was perfect because it means the goalkeeper was blinded. So going for that far post from where he cuts in, as an winger would have done him lots of good, but he preferred to go to the near. Even then, he skewed his shot for a goal kick.
So, opening 10 just about gone by here. We've seen South Africa have a chance from a difficult angle, but a good chance nonetheless from Rainers that's forced to save out of Mwanza. Seeing the Zambians look to respond with moments that included a shot from outside of the box from Kampamba. Kapinga couldn't quite find Makaida.
The way he's so composed on the ball, working in those tight areas. I mean, there was so much pressure that he could have easily passed it back to somebody else in defense, but he preferred just to turn around. That's his ability.
Now, Zambia's forcing the issue here as they drive forward, save it up for the shot! Oh, what a save! Zimena with his best moments in his first showing but this year's COSAFA Cup. And wow, powerful play going forward. And it's Kangwanda who has set it up quite beautifully for the shot.
Left-footed, but look how it turns and cuts to the inside, which opens up his angle. And he gets full view of the goalkeeper, and it's a good shot. Great save.
Looking for his second of the tournament on that occasion. Zambians will be happy with this start. 3 quarters of action, no reply. Pull into the far post, and Zimela continues to have a good opening 12 in this match, moving forward.
Kabamba did well there, because if a goalkeeper picks it, he's looking to play that ball quickly forward. And but if you happen to slow him down without having to be fouled or cautioned for that, get away with it. You've just saved an action that could have been very detrimental to your team. That's where goalkeepers like Kune comes in very handy. They're the best at setting up a quick counter into the opposition. And remember, if a goalkeeper picks it up, it means the rest of the team is right in your face. There's a chance to play long forward.
And South Africa, of course, does have the players to hit on the counter. The likes of Rainers with their pace.
Makaila is the other. Mabasa, who can hold his ground, put his back to goal.
and back there then winning it back here for the South Africans. Thatcher. And they wants it straight down the middle. Opted for the run being made on the edge of the box by Rainers. Closely watched defensively, but South Africa will accept the throw-in inside the final third. Rainers again can be a problem from that sort of angle at that sort of range, and the Zambians are wise to that, conceding another throw-in.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
At first touch.
Yeah, yeah.
Stopped defender. He lost the defender very quickly.
Now, ball in, it looks a good ball, just over the head of Mabasa. Now, chance for the Zambians here. Pushing forward with power and pace and numbers as well. Kampamba. It's done well, Kampamba. It's done extremely well. Now, Zambia looking menacing. And South Africa had to have their wits about them defensively then as Mohammed conceded the throw-in on the far side.
And every time I look at Mohammed, I'm thinking, when he starts getting game time, he's going to rule that defensive line. He's got that ruggedness of a defender about him. He's got the height on top of that, and he seems smooth. Maybe a little bit too smooth for a defender.
Is there such a thing in this day's game?
Lucas Hadebe.
Yeah, yeah. Whom you spoke to a little bit earlier today.
Yes,
For
yes,
those that may not have been watching.
yes. I mean, he was just that type of a defender that seems to glide over strikers every time he is, and never under pressure, always in charge. And that's the type of image that I see from Mohammed.
Now, ball in, it's a good ball. Allen with the important touch defensively then. That was a stunning defensive touch under pressure and was fouled in the process as well.
I was worried about the goalkeeper in Mzimela. I thought maybe he was going to come. That's a bit more central, and that's why goalkeepers need to steal the line by not holding that goal line position in a set piece like this. You've got to steal a bit because it drops right in the 6-yard area, and the defenders are under so much pressure because they're facing their own goal.
Absolutely, remember, those two have had quite a battle between them in the early stages of this match. There they are again, and remember was the man who was pushing Allen from behind. So the two central defenders for the South African side have been quite crucial. Allen one. The other, of course, Captain Mohammed, the 25-year-old who stands at 183 meters. Play in the heart of defense as well as left back, which then shows you why he's got the nice touches for a central defender. And he's upping in super sport youth, by the way.
And I think he has spent some time at Amatax from the
Yep.
in the
Yes,
first
he
division.
has.
But
In Portugal and known.
here's the thing, in a central defensive partner, it's the best situation to have a right-footed and a left-footed. The right-footed covers the right-hand side, should the fullback be beaten, and the other one also in position and you're going forward. When you switch the ball, the left-footed can set a long diagonal ball to the right-hand side in one snap, which can catch defenders flat-footed, and the right-footer as well does the same thing. So there's advantage defending and also offensively. And I hear in your trying days, you tried a left-footed defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, bona nje ukuthi yazi you couldn't do much except defending.
Started off as a left winger, by the way. I'm at the 8 and the 9 up until I was about 14 or so. But that's a story you don't want to follow too much into.
Got too tough for you.
let's put it this way, by the time you hit under 19, you know you can play, but you're not good enough. You know what I mean?
See, at least you're good enough to know and realize and make the decision. Others say, they keep forcing it. Noma kaka nje ukuthi hayi indaba yakho ayikho.
Luckily, there were other things one was into. Speech and drama, you know, public speaking and things like that.
Oh, you come from that school.
Yeah, yeah. So a few plays in Houston.
What do they call you guys?
Now, there's a chance here. Interesting little tip of a ball then from Tetwa. They needed to deal with it defensively. Did the Zambians, they were wise to it. The combination of Shabala and Ganguluma.
Got height about them. That's what you like first. And obviously getting better and improving in those positions since the tournament started.
The artsy farty guys. The artsy farty guys. Yes, that's what they call them.
Oh, okay, yes.
That's what they're making fun of him. Now, hold in the post! Allen got a touch. Encouraging.
But slight concern, if you're going to get a player running into that near post and you flick it, who's in the far post then? Because there's got to be somebody on that far post.
Yep. Have been very involved. The two central defenders for South Africa here, Keegan Allen, as well as Mohammed. Allen also stands at 185, so he's got good height about him. They both have a great presence about them. Another that's been in the books of Tax in his career, starting off at Vets Juniors, also been in the books of Sundowns and currently Swallows, is Allen. Taylor, great job at holding on to it under pressure. Smooth with it, Taylor, in the middle of the park. If you aren't watching, you might miss what he does to contribute to the team. More and more fans are arriving here. So the numbers now are quite fitting for a South Africa-Zambia semi-final. We aren't done yet.
But what is very obvious is that it's going to be a cage affair between these two. There is so much respect for one another. And the tactical acumen of both sides is such that they're not easy to break. So it'll take something very special.
And there you have it, another dead ball, and the save this time from Francis Mwanza. Couple of dead balls and positives to get even better for the South Africans. This time the save from the keeper, and they'll look to keep the pressure on with the corner that will follow.
That's why then, as much as it is difficult to break one another, but if that's the situation, then set pieces are one way you can break them down. And this is good for South Africa to see that at least there's something that they have planned for this type of set pieces.
Second corner, Mwanza gets fists onto it. Touch. Immediately looking to keep the pressure. That's a lovely ball. Keeps the pressure on. Rainers trying to get in behind that defense and pressure. Kabamba, who did you like under pressure? Zambia. Chisimba. frustration out in the stands. Not too sure where that stemmed from, whether they felt the throw-in took an eternity to be taken here on this near side. I suspect that may have been the case. So, came into this tournament, the South Africans with 17 games strong, unbeaten. Mentioned the longest unbeaten run they're currently on. Looked as though they were losing against Namibia at the end of the first half. Came back to level matters at the end of the game. So 3 more games onto the 17, and it's 20 now for South Africa unbeaten in the COSAFA Cup. Best record yet and still counting for the time being. Zambia is looking to bring a halt to all of that. Longest run without a win for the South Africans was 3 games back in 2001. Till 2002, they repeated that again from 2015 to 2018, and again from games that were held and ended in the years 2019, the South Africans. So 3 times they've had a 3-game run without a win. Now that's a good ball out onto the far side. Well, in, it's a good ball! The chance was a good chance. Trying to steer it into the back of the net was Kabinga, taking up a good position then, hanging back in the box.
And then at the right moment, just push forward. But maybe a left foot, which maybe is not his strongest, but still, you know, I think it was a great attempt first to get himself in that position and get to the ball first. I mean, it's a defensive area that's nobody crowded, but he managed to steal that ball. But he would have been better prepared for a left-footed one to swing it into our far post.
Now, throwing here for the Zambians. That's done by Tetra in winning it back then and winning the foul for the South Africans. 25 minutes gone by. Very much an even contest between the two. There is Dlamini. Heavy at work. Sent over your picture. Blocking the number 8 and the captain's armband. He keeps them alive with possibilities out in the stands. Firstly, he must have a number of kids. He must have a number of kids. We were here day after day, so was he. And I kept swapping them and looking clean every day he came out. He's in great condition. That there's no day when he takes a day off in the way of his output. You know, he's a well-run oil machine. He's what I mean. Positive for South Africa, the ball possession stats. We've also had some moments from a dead ball situation that have been encouraging. Nicely done by Tetra. Now looks to keep it moving. Finds Kapinga. There you go. Mabasa had too many around him then to be able to find a yard for the shots.
Look at the squeeze of the pass. I think it was Kapinga to try and get it to him. And this is what I was saying, Mabasa. It's like, yes, I got the ball, but I was under pressure around me.
But wait.
Yeah.
If I read his lips right.
And all the time he's fighting to bring the ball into his stronger left foot. But in such a case, maybe you don't want to turn. Instead, bounce it back to somebody and then turn around and make it run. And see if they can pick you up.
Hey, Tetra, it's hard to put a foot wrong in this tournament. Consistent as you like. Same can be said for Kapamba, or from a Zambian point of view. That's good work to force the error and foul from Kapamba from Khaila then in the battles of the number 7. Now, Mikhaila done well here, ball drilled in. Near post was difficult, but then came right at him then, and they couldn't take it out from under his feet.
Now, for those that maybe hasn't had a good look at Tele, we spoke about him being a lookalike of Tipsiso Lorana. I'm sure this picture will give you a clear impression of what we're talking about.
Well, they've caught one, I think, finally here in Umlazi. Get back to them in a moment. Rainers just couldn't find the yard to unleash the runners to his left and right. Now pulled in, nicely positioned. Was Zimela very quick to release, then looking for the pace of Rainers up front. Taylor will pick up here, head up, again looks to get it in behind the defense, and again it's Rainers, they try and get moving. Out in Guamash, whenever Ellen got on the ball, the shouts from out in the stands, Umlungu. I think 1 or 2 have caught on here now in Umlazi. Beginning to hear what I think are shouts of Umlungu when he gets on the ball now. Now, ball in, Ellen. Initially needed some help in getting that clear. Gambamba setting it up for the shot from range then. South Africans back in numbers. Now, chance to hit on the counter attack here. Movement from Rainers. The ball. Now, he's got the option in Mabasa centrally, and early ball is what he was looking for. In the end, the defensive play meant that Zambia were nicely set in with Shabana playing a good positional game defensively.
Great position. I mean, that ball goes past him. Babasa was licking and waiting for it, licking his lips for that ball to roll across to him.
The touch of Kauluma. And the place for Kabwe Warriors. Also enjoyed a good showing in this year's tournament. But to mention about the Zambian keeper, Francis Mwanza, now William Jongwe. Same story as Umzumela, it's his first showing in the tournament. Then on the ball now, plays for Trident FC. Hadn't had a showing at all in this tournament, so both teams doing likewise in introducing new keepers in the semi-finals. How often do you see that?
Makes me wonder. You have a great point there. I mean, the other keepers have been building up confidence coming into this, and you expect them to continue to do so.
Yeah. Here's your Tipsy lookalike.
Now it's a set piece. How far can that ball go? There's quite a number of yellow shirts, and there's the orange, of course.
corner. Tell you what, the South Africans have mostly impressed with these death ball situations as we look at the Zambian contingent out in the stands. Hasn't all been one-way traffic for what is a tall Zambian side there, dealing with the quality of the balls in from the South Africans, including 1 or 2 positive moments for the home nation. Now, quickly another coming up. Just wide. Keeper had it covered. Been positively involved in this 4 minutes of this match.
And still without a team. Whether overseas or in South Africa. He's obviously pushing himself to see if he can catch a notice from some of the teams. I think is good quality for DSTV.
Good movement. Put out to the far side is a good one now. Chance for the Zambians. Chance still! Oh, solid challenge by Allen. They appreciate it now out to the stands. That's a goal-saving block. Good ball. Could be a good moment here. That was strength won by the defender.
Good recovery, because I thought he was sold out in that corner when the defender turned him around.
That's a good ball. It's getting a little started.
I thought he had lost it, but got back just in time. With the goalkeeper also, Zimela, pushing in to close him down.
Well, moments being created on either side of the field here in the semi-final, yet we don't have a clue as to who will advance to play against Lesotho.
At this stage, it's evenly balanced. Yes, it's moments here and there that South Africa have looked to maybe get more clear-cut chances. Now, maybe at some stage, let's look at the overall structure of what has happened. Like I said, maybe not too many entries. You can see the defensive half of both sides is very disciplined. And midfielders are pressing as well, making sure that the clear-cut pass that will find the running striker is not there. So it's been half chances. It's balls played from very way back that a striker has to run for. And very few that have landed into the feet of Mabasa or the Zambian strikers on the other side. So that for me is what maybe needs to change a little bit.
Now, pull over the top, looking for Rainers, and well, he ripped that Francis Mwanza and dealt with it superbly, using his head and feet.
Unfortunately, the attacking players have had to deal with that type of balls that are hit from way back, and some obviously are very long, only getting as far as the goalkeeper. Maybe a bit more creativity, a bit more combinations in that attacking there to help set the final pass will do the trick. But for now, what teams have minimized that playing space to squeeze any pass of that nature.
Challenge from behind.
Chabala, the defender, or the offender in this case.
Is this in the K range? That's the question.
Bit reckless, Chabala. He was facing the opposite direction. All you need to do is guide him away from turning towards your goal.
Great deal of experience under his belt, Mwanza. Or Kapamba, I mean to say, in your picture just a few moments ago. Now 26 years of age, is the Zambian attacking midfielder. Been in the books of Ghana, Power Dynamos, Ghana again, and then Zesco. Just about right, Jack. Get it up over. Get the tip to the keeper's left. It's inviting. Just a three-man wall.
For me, I feel like even a through pass there. But where exactly? Straight into the hands. Because I thought it was range was a little bit too longer to fit the goalkeeper. So that's why maybe lob one over the wall to see if somebody can run to the end of it. It's too predictable.
The Bumbu it was with a little spin move in the middle of the park.
Good steal.
Bridge by Mashata. As the Zambians now look to get on the front foot. Pace keeps it alive on this near side. Looking for the byline. Well, was he fouled in? The answer is yes, just outside of the box. Good win play. Yellow card. It will be for Skakani here. Again, is that man Kambamba, who's making all the right moves for the Zambians creatively.
I know it came at the cost of a card, but let me tell you, if you allow a player to get past you and it gets into the box, a lot can happen inside of that box. So rather make the decision to commit the foul earlier. The only maybe pity is that it comes at the cost of a card, and now you're going to be trading cautiously throughout this game of what remains.
Six push forward here for the Zambians. Well, he was looking for a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Although Zumela had it covered. From Kitwe originally is a Kampamba. And who's had experience in the Champions League, Confederations Cup. 38 appearances for Zambia. His debut back in 2013, so long time servant of the Zambian national team. Shrugs off Mtetwa. Lovely recovery from Makai in the end. The South Africans make a mess of pushing forward. So it's the Zambians with a deflected shot. I feel the referee was in the way.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised to find he was a defensive midfielder back in the day. I say jokingly. Kambamba. Through the legs. Zambia needed a better ball. To well to keep it alive on the far side. That's exactly what they do. Now, Numbers getting in the box again. Lovely play out in the wing. No one to really cut it back to. South Africa done a good job of cutting out the options inside that box. Pretty even battle in this first half between these two nations.
Very evenly balanced. Also very tactical. Like I said, for me, there's not too many real open goal or clear goal scoring chances created. It's half and half. It's there and there.
Block. Tetra. Quick to get it moving for the South Africans. Ainers.
Once again, that final pass, not finding the men.
Kambamba, he's got the quality at times to find the Italian ball. Then again, it's the good work this time from Kakan to deal with and attempt to find the through ball.
More of the same for Zambia as well.
Yeah.
Can't find that final pass.
Nicely done in the combination play on the far side. There's the shot. Good save. Follow up. Opanga. South Africa take the lead. It's Mabasa. He's third over this year's COSAFA Cup. And South Africa, late in the half, find the breakthrough. And they're just powering their way forward. Well, but he's hot. He's hot. And right now, Mabasa Mabasa is extremely hot for the South Africans. Mechanic with the ball. Kapinga with something special with Reynolds. He keeps the keeper honest. It falls for Mabasa, but he's got a lot to do. Bangs it into the roof of the net. And it's South Africa that lead. Zambia behind here, looking for a quick equalizer. There'll be a minute added on to the end of this first half, and for the South Africans, what's crucial is taking the lead into the halftime break. Mental victory it will be. Nicely done. That's why it's Kapinga. Last time these sides met was in Kabeja in a group stage game that ended with a 0-0 scoreline back in 2021. Now, Allen with a mistake. That's a clip from the recovery. Bukhaila. Nicely done by Mabasa. Having to force the issue then to keep it rolling for the South Africans. And there was space on the far side. Wisely, the South Africans choosing to hold on to it here, secure possession and take the lead into the halftime break. So, we thought it would be tough to separate these two sides, and it was for the most part, with each nation creating moments, but late in the first half, it's a shot from Reynolds saved by Francis Mwanza that falls from Mabasa, who banged it into the roof of the net, and the South Africans who walk into the halftime break with the lead on their side here. Hasn't been easy for either side. There have been positive moments here and there, none more positive than Mabasa's moment in the 44th minute. South Africa leading Zambia with a scoreline of 1-0. South Africa that lead Zambia through a late strike from Tshikovasa Mabasa in the first half. Then a good game here. Tactical game between these two sides, not much separating them until the very late stages of that first half. And looking back at the highlights here, the Zambia is the first to get onto the front foot. Good run, good save. First showing of the tournament for all the way to Zimela. And while the Amazulu shot stopper getting down low then to deny the Zambians here, Gongwanda. A man with the good play from the Zambian point of view. Well, South Africa were causing problems, and they certainly did so from a few death ball situations. There's one that's kept Francis Mwanza on this team, like the South African having his first showing of this tournament here in the semi-final. Now, good play here. Being a house this one ball over the top for Rainers, and it's pretty much sitting up and inviting the shot there to finish it off was Mabasa scoring yet another striker's goal in right time, right place, but still a lot to do in ensuring that he found the back of the net. And at the dying moments of that first half, it's a well-taken goal from Mabasa. He's third of the tournament, and he's had a memorable time here in Tegwini. So, looking at the first half stats then, South Africa will love the fact that they do have the lion's share of ball possession, just edging out Zambia in as far as shots on target. The numbers slightly in favor of South Africa as we go to William Shongwe in, well, what's become legendary now, a half-time with William Shongwe and a special guest.
Dr. Musa Kumete, Deputy City Manager of Tegwini Municipality, is here with me. And before I even go and ask anything, tell me about your role in the municipality, but in particular this cup competition.
Thank you, Mr. Shongwe. I'm a Deputy City Manager of Tegwini, responsible for community and emergency services, a cluster which includes from cradle to grave, basically, from health to parks, to fire, to police, until the grave cemeteries. So this, our role in this is that we are the organizers of all sporting activities, recreation, arts and culture in Tegwini. So we are behind the hosting of this event. Anything to do with communities, it evolves around our cluster.
Thank you. Tell me something else. How have you viewed the competition as far as you are concerned? Has everything been going according to plan?
We've hosted it over a few years, and we've seen it grow over those years. We hope that from here, this competition could be used maybe for CAF competitions. Maybe winners of this could go to a higher level. That would make this quite a prestigious competition in future.
I saw some volunteers, but I don't know what are they volunteering for. Would you be able to clarify maybe exactly what is their role and what do they stand to benefit from this?
We have come to an agreement with COSAFA that around this tournament will gather the youth to participate in different areas, technical areas of the competition. Those who are studying in those different areas are part of this competition. They are shadowing journalists, they are also shadowing people who are technical, working on the grounds and other areas of the competition, so that they gain experience and are able in future to use this in order to look for employment in the future.
I'm sure as a municipality you're always looking for things to add that can benefit the communities that you are serving. What else do you still need, do you still think can be added?
We've added this year the schools competition. You saw Africa coming to Durban to have a schools competition. We want to strengthen that as well. We want COSAFA as well, the frequency of events maybe to increase in future. We've now got the ladies, we have now the beach area side of COSAFA, and we have this men's tournament. So we are growing the COSAFA brand within eThekwini, and we hope that in future the brand will be associated with the city.
I see you also invited legends of the game in particular to be able to grace the occasion. And what would be the reason for that in as far as including him into this?
In fact, when the youth see legends, they get inspired. They can see that there is future in this game, and they can earn a living through this game when they see their, idols. So this will assist, us to promote sport in eThekwini. It also assists the youth to focus on this football. We also hope that the legends in future will also participate. Maybe we'll have a legends leg. They also go out, obviously, to communities. They assist in the coaching of coaching clinics in schools and in community clubs as well. Thank you.
Bab Kumete, sibonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much. We hope.
Well, they've been entertained out in the stands. We hope you at home are entertained as we look forward to the second half as South Africa and Zambia continue to battle for the right to face Lesotho in the final. Well, we begin the second half here at the Kings Wellington Stadium in this HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Cup of 2023 semi-final between Zambia and South Africa, with the man in your picture having a huge moment at the end of the first half. Mabasa banging yet another in, and while change has been made here, Dimamba will make way for Piri coming in off the bench. First change made from the Zambians. From a South African point of view, it's as you are in starting off the second half. South Africa will attack the right of your picture, while Zambia attacks, or I beg your pardon, South Africa will attack the left of your picture, while Zambia attacks the right. With the Zambians having had good moments in that first half. In fact, both these sides were trading blows quite nicely, leading up to the opening goal here. Came in the 44th minute. A few pluses for the Zambians, a few pluses, maybe a few more from a South African point of view, especially after having viewed the half-time stats. More possession very much in favor of the South Africans, creating more moments also in goal attempts and shots at goal. As Mabasa offloads to Reyners. Kapena, no way through. There to quickly win it back here for the South Africans. Lekay, nice turn from Reyners. Was a foul? The referee had a nice angle on that situation. Didn't call for the foul, which frustrated a few of the fans. Kapena, Reyners. Challenge from behind. Tongue lashing from Kiabe Tudinta, the referee from Botswana. Victim of which is Kandawire, operating out wide in the right back position. He's had a great tournament. Reyners here for South Africa. When he hasn't scored, he's been involved in a lot of the best attacking actions, whether forcing saves and creating moments for others. It was his shot that was denied by Mwanza, converted on the rebound by Mabasa for those joining us here in the second half. Now, space in the middle of the park here. Numbers in the box. Done well to get the cross in, dealt with defensively by the South Africans. Get another ball in there. More work to be done on the defensive end, and done so. Doing well to keep the South Africans on the back foot. The Zambians here, looking to score the next, which is arguably the most crucial goal of the game, depending on who gets it and which way the momentum swings or continues to swing.
Something else that I pick up as well from both sides. The reaction from offense to defense, excellent. The speed with which it's done, it's of a high level, because if you miss that point, you're more likely to be punished. I think both Zambia and Bafana have been excellent at it. But I think for Bafana, Mtetwa in particular, he's ever present in that middle. He helps slows down action up until the rest of the team recovers to those defensive positions.
The combination here between Reyners and Mabasa. Reyners again playing it in. Mabasa couldn't squeeze it in. Mwanza protected the near post.
It reminds me of his time at Orlando Pirates. You know, in particular when he first arrived, he was scoring goals like he's coming out of fashion, but they later dried out. But you can see the quality that he still possesses. The timing with which he runs into those areas where he can get a position. That's quality of a striker.
He's a finisher. That's the most important thing about Mabasa, just a finisher, great footballer. Scores different types of goals, but it's the manner in which he finishes. Remember in the group stages, the shot from outside of the box, so the first time of asking, looked at his finish earlier on today, where this wasn't a ricochet, but there was so much to be done on the volley in banging it home. This is a different type of effort where you have to make the intelligent run to the near post.
Now look at this one. This is the run you're talking about here. But also, I'm thinking, had his right foot been the stronger of the two, or in fact that was his strongest, he just needed to maybe...
There's a chance! Banged in! Zambia score a similar type of goal as South Africa, banged in from point blank range then, and one has taken them under 5 minutes in the second half to find the equalizer.
Caught flat-footed there. How you find they are taking play on the inside and there's nobody picking him. It was a clear shot with no immediate pressure to him.
Mashata with his second of this COSAFA Cup.
Very impressive. Almost like on the volley. Yeah, I guess South Africa's defense went to sleep there. Starts from a throw-in which is not dealt with efficiently. How many chances do they have to clear that ball?
Impressively done by Mashata. The Green Buffaloes man adding to his tally in his fourth appearance of this tournament. 2 goals now he scored. And again, Lesotho have to wait, like the rest of us, to find out who will play them in the final.
It's back to square one.
For everybody. Now, Francis Mwanza to organize his wall of 4 and get them in the right position. Again, it may favor the left foot
Off Lakay.
of Lakay. Looking for a teammate this time. The header! There's a chance there. That whistle's gone for the foul on the keeper by Allen.
I think beside the foul, I think he was a yard or so offside.
Well, he's been involved in a lot of the physical stuff without getting in trouble here this evening. Allen, he and Mohammed in the first half, their toughness would have been tested on a few occasions where they would have had to stand their ground, get into it physically. At times with the likes of Libamba, and with Libamba having made way at halftime, he'll feel he won the battle between the two. Allen, he's still out there and is standing whilst Libamba was substituted.
No, it's a foul on the goalkeeper.
Now, they knew how important the next goal could be, and will love the fact that the Zambians had wasted little time in finding it. They would have hoped for South Africa to establish the 2-goal cushion with the next goal scored, and now will hope South Africa can do it again in finding the lead, whilst the Zambians will hope to go into the lead for the first time themselves. Allen, Ted. Mabasa with the flick on. Could look dangerously high from Rangers, but play allowed to continue. Taylor under pressure, still able to keep it moving. Lakay providing space on this near side. Taylor having to improvise to keep it moving. Rangers with the turn, always looking to run at that defense. His pace is a problem. Yeah, I can't quite gather it in stride, but full of surprises with those turns and runs. That's a side where the first to score in the second half, that look tells you a lot. There's still a lot of football to be played here. And like the Zambians, the South Africans have earned the respect they've gotten out there on the day. Allen with another important defensive contribution. He is nice, clean on the ball. There is decision making and movement of the highest order. Hardly see him lose possession. Finding Kapinga. See the point you were making in the first half about Kapinga. Even when you're on him, he's such a shifty character that he will force the issue and get the forward pass. Would you expect him to play sideways or backwards now?
No.
He'll create that yard of space to get that forward movement going.
Regardless of the pressure around him.
Yeah. Physical battle. Out to the far side, the referee right there next to them, so allowing it to continue legally. With the goal scorer Mashata unable to have his way with the defender. Of course, last year we had guest nations in the COSAFA Cup, not only in the men's section but in the ladies as well. Tanzania will have gone to last year's ladies competition as a defending champions, having won it the year before. Last year we had Senegal as the guest nation. Tanzania have 3 appearances as guests in the male section. 97, 2015 and 2018. Senegal 21-21 and 2022. Kenya 2013, Ghana 2015, DR Congo 2016, Uganda 2019. All of them, the technically these were the best finishers as runners-up in 2021, finished 3rd in 2012. Now, good work out on their far side. Chance to get on the front foot here. Kapinga under pressure from 2. Turn now of the Zambians to push on through. Quality of that final ball has to be extra special to get through on both sides. Yeah.
On both sides, but the pressure that is created in that middle for me is always what is forcing some of these errors. And sometimes it's good enough to apply that necessary pressure to force them to pass into the wrong places, even if you don't necessarily win the ball immediately. But just your presence means that the player will be forced to play that ball a little earlier than he would have wanted.
Lele. Mabasa. That's superbly read.
Once again, pressure.
Oh, nice turn. Kapinga. Oh, lovely footwork. Now, that's disappointing.
From Mabasa.
It's on his left foot.
Yeah.
Has to offer up the apology.
But I wish he could always find himself a little bit more central, because you're the one to be in the receiving end of some of these crosses because of his sharpness and his just strikers oriented movement or reaction.
So the number was 65 coming into the tournament, Shongwe. It's now 69. The number of matches played by Zambia in the history of the COSAFA Cup, the most by any side and they are the most by far by any sign. Northern Zimbabwe is now 64, so they're stretching the gap. They came into the tournament one beyond Zimbabwe on 65 at this 4 matches, including tonight's encounter. Now, Bakaida already scored once. Looking to make it twice. Once in the tournament, that is. Not on the night.
Not on the night. But then, I know maybe they didn't have too many options. But a little bit of patience. Maybe cut it back. If you look at once the ball gets played through, there must have been a midfielder following up on this side. And even the initial passer to him could have been available. Kapinga, I think it was.
On the hour mark. Mabasa and Mashata. A minute before the end of the first half. The first, the other 5 into the second half.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the goals? Yes. Yes.
So both goals are coming far on either side of the halftime break.
Almost a similar situation that Bafana went through against Namibia. They conceded towards the end, and they scored immediately into the early minutes of the second.
Came from behind against the Namibians, came from behind against the Swatini. Were the first leads here against the Zambian side. That's now looking to push on here and find the lead themselves. So, set up for the shots, good block. Pace on the far side. Bakaida, few options in field. Reyners is one of them, but he's offside. Still, the recovery challenge was on the money.
String a little ahead of the action. This is where you talk of bending the run. Yes, you want to get there first, but you don't go direct. You kind of curve your run just in the right moment. Has to come out. No.
Well, Bakaida is going to make way here.
And
for
Kapinga.
Rowan Newman. Kapinga as well. Don't think the fans quite agree with all of the changes. From the reaction we got out of the stands, I was looking on to see what the issue was until I realized that the changes were made. That's why they will come in.
Well covered. He is growing in stature with every touch that he makes.
So Zambia, the first winners of this tournament in '97, last winners of this tournament last year, come from behind here, battle on against the South Africans. They've got the throw in. Out with them in the near post. Done by the likes of Kapumbu. They're just keeping it moving here until they choose their moment to try and find a forward pass. They hope for a foul on the new man on the field. Then Andrew Peary wearing the number 9 on his jersey, frustrated with these gestures towards the referee from Botswana, Kebe Chidintwa. Okay. Panic. Early ball. Nice take. Beautiful take. Now, attempt to get the 1-2 going on the edge of the box is easily read. Pressure. Zambia look to push on here. Challenge from behind, play allowed to continue. In the end, it will be brought back here. And the man fouled with a challenge from behind. A yellow card will be shown, I believe, for that challenge here. The end from Sundowns. Kabala now picking up a yellow card.
I think the concern for the Bafana players is that there was a foul, a possible foul earlier, which wasn't given.
Mohammed, I beg your pardon, picks up the yellow card. Those two do get physical trouble. Alan and Mohammed. As you're watching that replay, after the ball come to the hall, Alan was getting physical with another mover from the Zambian side. Mohammed already committed the foul. There are no slouches, those two. Zumela organizes a 4 or is it a 5-man war?
Listen, this one is a stinger that is ready to happen. Whoever is in that wall, I pity them.
Straight into the wall, as you said, you pity them.
But I still feel like he didn't get the real power that a shot of that range normally produces.
Move on towards the last 20 minutes of this match. It's worth noting the first semi-final ended with a 1-1 scoreline. Penalties separated Lesotho, 10 men of Lesotho, in the entire second half of 10 men. With the 11 of Malawi. Goalkeeper Mwarani, the hero by some stretch of the imagination. 3 saves and then scores the winner to see Lesotho walk away 3-0 winners with a penalty shootout.
I mentioned that I saw Mwarani in Quebec 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Shadow of himself, a shadow of this goalkeeper as you see. But they believed in him and continued to give him the chances, and this is how far he's come.
Now, Zambians. He was always off balance with Litswalo there to apply pressure. Did the best he could to stay on balance and to try and stay honest in trying to pull the trigger. It looked as though they're suspicious of a foul. Only question now is there going to be any action taken on this one?
I think he's only getting a talking to now. There was a nudge into the back of the striker before he takes a shot.
Another set piece. This time, unlike Lekay's efforts, which were a little bit far from goal, this is perfectly central.
Wow.
Yes, it'll still take something special, but the Zambians do have the likes of Kangwanda standing over it.
And it's going to take Zimela to make sure that wall is placed properly, because from what it seems like, he'll take a left-footed and they'll be going for that far post or just dink it over the wall. So, but he has to be honest with that far post position.
Only Kangwanda standing over there, so no doubt as to who will take it. Already scored 1 in this tournament. Looking to put Zambia into the lead for the first time! Click, click, bang! Top draw!
He has to be honest with that far post from where he puts his wall. He opened it up. If you got a good taker like that, he's going to, obviously they look at you as a goalkeeper, he knows as committed as a shoot, and it gives them the leeway to say, okay, let me go for it. Zimela must learn his lesson. I've seen young goalkeepers make this mistake all the time, not trusting their wall.
arguably, if not the best we've seen yet at this COSAFA Cup. Man, he curls us beautifully onto the inside of that far post.
And worse off, he doesn't even make an attempt to dive into it, meaning that he was far off. You know, you dive when you think you can get there, but when you are out of reach, you don't even make the effort. That was the question from Zimela.
Zambia take the lead. First, it was Mashata to bring them back into it. Kangwanda now to give them the lead against South Africa. Well, for the South Africans, they have had to come from behind on a few occasions at this year's COSAFA Cup. So, the question here, can they do it against the mighty Zambians? Ball onto this near side. Zambia with the ball in. Here's a chance to the far post! Connection wasn't true. So in the end, it allowed Zimela to come across and come up with the goods in the save. Yellow card here. Over eager. Zakangwanda.
Do you think he minds a card now?
No, he's still smiling about the goal he scored. Still thinking about the goal he scored. So, there's been surprises and shocks. A bit of a shock to the system for the South African fans who saw their side go into the lead early in the day. In the moments leading up to half-time.
And of course, if you look in the time remaining as well. And for me, my only concern is in this second half, I don't think they've been on the front foot enough to convince that they can get one. It's been there and there. But instead, it's Zambia that has been creating the better waves. And clearly the results here is telling the story.
Keeper was off his line, but that was well inside the Zambian half of the field. Think of a goal like that back at the in Pretoria.
There's only Kekane that does this from his own half.
SuperSport United.
The
Team that beat Sundowns 1-0.
yeah,
But that goal came inside his own half.
just a few yards from the Mochu.
Yeah. Now, chance! Couldn't sort out his feet. Ball was right under him. Flagger stayed down on the far side. The Twilo with the opportunity. No, we can't. He just come on. Give him a break.
What a pass. Oh, I thought maybe he wasn't too sure about his position, but he was onside.
Couldn't sort out his feet.
Yeah, he seemed to trip himself.
Moments, encouraging moments for South Africa. So, reminder for the Zambians that this battle may not be done and dusted just yet. Tetwa. Early release going forward. Yeah, race on. Strength. Strength. That was a differentiating factor there. Defender came out top. Kabana. Solid as a rock, man. Mohammed. Done well. There it is, and equally as well now. There's the opening! Save by Mwanta. Proper opening then for the South Africans. Couple of good moments for the South Africans. Capped off by this impressive defensive play by Allen.
Under pressure from the high ball. Got a decent first touch, but didn't put in a good position. He needed to recover.
Reynolds is a consistent threat. Oh, he's looking to turn. With his left foot this time. Back into his left. Look to go for glory, then decision making. Not at his highest then from a few minutes coming up the pinch, although he is getting encouragement from some out in the stands. frustration from one or two of his teammates that would have hoped he went for the pass instead. You know what that means? That means he's hard at work. Putting in a shift. Akin to working underground, you know? That's that excitement you're hearing. The shoes in the background. What does that mean? The time when the South African fans are needed, he's working his bit to try and help the crowd urge the men in green and gold forward. Now, 4-1 back in a good area. Kampamba wisely winning the set piece here. Frustration from Ted. Good area for Zambia. This. He's waiting for the nudge.
Yeah.
Now, question. Can the Zambians put this beyond South Africa?
With some of the set pieces they're receiving, with the amount of balls played into the box, for me, possibility is always there. You've got to create the right moments to think that it can happen. I think they are creating the right moments.
Pressure, left turn. Nicely done. Good vision as well. And I believe it was with that play. Now, early ball forward. Chance here for the South Africans. Snapshots. But moments. They're creating moments.
Yeah. Here's another that you might think to yourself, what happened to Mabasa? This one falls to his right. Now, I just want to see exactly.
Definitely trouble. Just came out of it. So, and the opener scoring here this evening for the first will be the man to make way. Nabakotalani on in his place. He, not the only one, Taylor makes way for Mohamed May. And he helps sway this game the South African way. Runners, left and right, yeah, as human, goes towards the right. Okay, provides width on the left. Now, options in the box. Ball in wasn't good enough.
Unfortunately, doesn't get the height.
That's a good ball. Lovely take. Plenty of space with the K having pushed forward earlier on in the South African attack. Set up, top of the box. Pepper with another stunning piece of work. Human with a good turn. Raiders on the move. South Africa looking for that equalizer. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this match. They've lost it here. And it's set up quite nicely for a counter. Positional play in Tetwa is extremely disciplined in helping stop a few counter-attacks. Now, ball in, near post. No one arriving time is on the far. Human. Mohamed May. Is not allowed to turn this time. Crucial that they don't allow him to turn. Swaying this way and that this game now.
Fortunately, 2 times now they brought into wide left. But they cut back or to find anybody inside from May first, and I'm sure it was from the second one, but falling flat. 10 minutes remains.
Then we are looking for what could very well be a killer blow. You will get that moment now as the shot comes into range, but it's great. At Zimena from Ganwanda. Looking for a second on the night, he's third of this tournament. Special turn here, another shot. Getting moments.
I know in football, you never say never. Oh, until the fat lady sings. But I somehow don't have it in me to think that Bafana Bafana can react to this situation, because I think that the wind are off the sails now. You can see when a team still has belief, but there is a little sign of a team that has lost some hope. But like I said, you never say never, not in this game.
On the yellow needs to watch himself, Mohammed. So the Zambians, who had 6 tournament wins, have also finished runners-up on 6 occasions. So, if things stay this way, they will either finish runners-up on 7 occasions, or they will have won it on 7 occasions.
And you can't go on and say they'll win it against Lesotho, who has
No,
surprised us all.
Every prediction I've made has been off the mark so far.
Listen, I think I fall in that category.
So, the change will be made here by the Zambians. Now, Aaron Katebe, I'm going to ask you to think back quite a long way here, Chonga, but in the first game, the man that scored the own goal against Malawi is in your picture. He's struggled to get into the squad since. So comes on here for Kampamba, taking out a creative midfield player for another solid defensive, or rather central defensive player. Pretty much tells you what the Zambian intentions are for the rest of this game.
Exactly. You see, what you like is, for me, that makes a lot of goals. It's a high ball. It might have been pushed lightly. I think it's the landing that maybe puts him into trouble. It's not necessarily any cluttering by the striker. It's just that he was trying to avoid the attacking player, and he landed badly. So what I'm saying is about Sishoni is that he's decided that, look, I've seen enough, and this is a game that if I'm not careful, I might still go on and lose. Let me just secure a few things defensively.
In 4 of the last 5. As things stand, they will continue with those impressive numbers. The Zambians. Keep in mind, they and Chipolopolo, or rather they and the Zimbabweans, have won 6 apiece. Zimbabwe was the standalone leader in that regard. Zambia matched them with last year's win. South Africa were hoping to match both those sides by winning this year. In order to do so, they need to come up with something special here late in this match. Mohamed. Okay, a little shuffle. Now, pull in, 3 in there. So I think get to it first, but there's no way he was getting over the ball then. Mohamed Bey. Plays club football for La Masia, or La Masia. Dazame. Here he is on the ball now. It flows quite nicely. They've created space for Lakay here on this near side. Throw in the box. Lakay loses one. Lakay still deflected kindly into the hands of Mwanza. Asa.
A bit more calmer Lakay now. You know, it's one thing to just whip it all the time in the hope someone will get to the end of it. But if you have a chance to get a little bit closer and pinpoint your pass to someone running in, it's always better.
Yep, fourth official. Some may not notice, but that is a thankless job, if I've ever seen one in football. But decisions your mates make in, as far as the referee and the assistants, the fourth official catches fire for. As the guy just
from the
standing-
coaches,
yeah,
that
as
is,
the guy
yeah.
just standing there watching on the coaches
Yeah.
fire on you. Last 5. This has happened on so many occasions. South Africans will hope it will be a repeat. Now, as William Chongan gets ready to get up and go downstairs for his post-match interviews, he misses goals usually. At the end of the first half, he went down for his interview. He missed a goal. It's happened on a number of occasions in this tournament.
It has.
So,
Are you saying I need to go as early as I can?
I'm saying go. We just don't know who'll be happier for it. It could be Zambia. The Zambians may celebrate you leaving, and Zambia may go on to score their third, or South Africa. But usually when you leave, goals come. Cheers, Willie. Now look at this, Strong. I've seen enough. They don't believe.
I can imagine what this does to the players when you watch the fans already leaving.
Yeah.
You're already thinking, so they believe that we can't do it. So let's just drop our guards also.
So once you saw the numbers swelling in the first half, they're dwindling now in the second and the latter stages. Time a factor, a serious factor against and for against the host nation and for the defending champions. Sangwanda, the goal scorer, makes way. Siankombo comes on in his place. Plays for Zanago Football Club. Does Siankombo. Fourth appearance. He's only had 104 appearances. Most of his appearances have come in off the bench. They won't be in a hurry at all, the Zambians. Well, there'll be a whopping 4 minutes added on to the end of this encounter. Time still for South Africa to dig deep and take us to a penalty shootout. It took a penalty shootout to separate Lesotho and Malawi. The Zambians looking to ensure that this game is put to bed. Good save from Mzimela. Super save then. Now, South Africa quickly looking to get onto the front foot. Mohamed May running into trouble in a stubborn Chabala in that Zambian defense. Solani. There's a group on the far side that's found their voice here in the latter stages. Muhammad May. Setwalo. Keeper's come a long way. He's done well. Well, he's clear and chosen the very best. Tackles enough to put up the South Africans. Another ball sent forward here. Tetra, strong, winning the foul in. Pass for the early cross of Cooks. Kept alive here on this near side. We've gone beyond 90 minutes now, into the 4 minutes added on. Anus, good one in there. One way or another, going forward from this, Zambia will be looking to make a record. Most times losing finalists or the nation with the most final wins. Well, every now and then he glances at the clock, and with every second that goes by, you'll know he's waving bye-bye to a chance to face and possibly get by Lesotho in the final. So the change is coming thick and fast in the latter stages of this game here for the Zambians. They'll be making yet another. Benedict Special. The Red Arrows has only had 90 minutes of football, played just one game so far in this tournament. He'll enjoy a good minute and a half. Tetra. Checked on in. Runners here going forward from a South African point of view. Tetra continues to impress. He really has had a good game, Tetra. Had a great tournament. The Friends want it going forward and nowhere else here. As they apply a bit of pressure on their own here. Rainers, looking for the kicking ball over the top. The idea was a good one. Great play then by Francis Mwanza in taking another hit. Frustrated fans with the writing on the wall. He was taken out then by Teboho Tlolani. Far from happy with what he feels is a lack of protection on his goalkeeper. Runs up, is good enough to take the set piece in the ball upfield here, which could be the very last kick of the game. Zambia will either extend the record as 7-time losing finalists or 7-time champions of the COSAFA Cup when they face Lesotho in the final come Sunday. Had to come from behind here to get the better of South Africa, and at the end of the day had a much better second half showing and with a better of the two sides. Mabasa opened the scoring late in the first half. Mashata, then Kamwanda and Zambia done the business coming from behind here for the host nation. They bow out in the semi-finals to the defending champions. They've done it before, the Zambians, where they've won consecutive COSAFA Cups. Twice in a row. No nation has won 3 in a row. Zambia will hope to make it twice in a row once again when they face Lesotho in the final. And well, they're going to go celebrate with their supporters out to their far side, having gotten better and better as the tournament has gone on. They started off with a tough assignment in Malawi, lost, but continued to improve in being the best runners-up in their group. They've come from behind to get the better of the host nation, South Africa, and it's Zambia that will face Lesotho come Sunday in the final of the HOLLYWOODBETS 2023 COSAFA Cup. Well, entertaining, high-quality game, and a great day in the way of COSAFA Cup football. That Zimena with the save to deny Nwanda, who already was always a cold threat from the early stages in this match. Good play here from the South African Rainers, and Kapinga combining well in, and after the save from Mwanza, it's Elva Mabasa who had a lot to do in putting it beyond the Zambian keeper to open the scoring here for the South Africans. Striker's goal, that's third of the tournament for Mabasa. Well, Zambia needed to find a way back, and they did. South Africa just not convincing defensively here. When it's down for Mashata, and a similar type of goal to the one converted by the South African. Level matches here for the Zambians. They were to right the way from this point on going forward. Nicely done with the finish from Mashata, scoring his second. Then from the death ball, one of the goals of the tournament. Class. Just class. Exquisite, top corner. It's a thing of beauty. It's magical effort into the top corner. Keeper watches it. It's beaten by true quality. And Zambia grabbed the lead. And the numbers will be interesting here. Zambia with much more of the ball, which is an improved showing in the second half. They really did improve by a bucket load in the second half. They had the more goal attempts, the more shots on target, and more in ball possession. All the numbers in favor of Zambia. And while William Shongwe waits to speak to the losing and winning coach, including the coach going to the final, keep in mind, to face Lesotho.
Player of the Match award goes to Kelvin Kapumbu, and to present the award is Indira Albuquerque. Please don't on us. Congratulations, Kelvin. And first, of course, yes, congratulations. But secondly, is that a tough game, but you guys fought through and got the win. You are into the semifinals.
Yeah. First of all, I say thanks to God to go to the final. And football, it's easy to get the instruction from the coach. It's been uneasy every time if you listen what the coach is telling you. Yeah.
Your combination that middle of the park and defensively were on point, and also not just defensively, you were putting passes through to connect with the strikers.
Yeah, because I hear what the coach is telling me every time. I need to be easy, no panicking, I need to be quick if I get the ball. So it's been simple to me.
Calvin, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. And to join me, of course, is the coach of Bafana Bafana. That is Ramo Reboledi. Coach, it's a game of margins, eh? At some stage, it looked like you were in charge, and it changed halfway through, and it became a difficult eventually.
Yeah, I think we lost it in the second half, the first 15 minutes. We spoke about the aggression in the final third, and if you remember the goal we considered, the first goal, it's more or less the same goal we considered against the Swatini, where we had numbers around the ball, but we failed to clear the ball. And we considered again from a set play, which really even the goalkeeper could not get where the ball was played. It's a game of football, disappointing results, very, very disappointing, but I'm happy with the effort. I'm proud with what these guys did from the beginning of the tournament up until today. It's just unfortunate that we could not go through to the finals.
If there's one direction that you can point to in as far as what didn't work, what would it be?
I think we lost too many balls, especially in the final third, and they ended up playing those tricks of delaying play. Obviously, it kills the momentum, but I think honestly we got into the final, even first half, for us to score. We were not that clinical in the final third because we got a couple of chances in the final third. But I don't think we were aggressive enough to break the lines. And look, we have to go back, check where we got it wrong. But honestly speaking, I think one of the biggest challenge was we could not break the lines properly today. And I think maybe the distance between the passer and the receiver was too big, and that is why sometimes we could not connect with the second ball. But like I'm saying, we did what we were supposed to do to prove that we wanted to win. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be.
Too many games back to back. Felt like the spark wasn't there towards the end. Was it because of the legs going?
It might be one of the reasons, but at the same time, I think they kept the same team as well. I think they've only been able to score goals, and after scoring goals, it gave them a chance to win the match, because let's be honest, they did not create too many chances. They got those two set pieces from a throw-in and the one that they scored. But we did almost everything that we were supposed to do to show that we wanted to win. But like I'm saying, it's one of those matches where you could have played the whole day, but if it was not meant to be, you're not going to get it. We got an opportunity after they scored the second goal where Victor was just supposed to poke the ball into the net, but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Going into Sunday, you'll be playing for bronze against Malawi. Another hard game.
Another difficult game, but we have 23 players here, and all of them have contributed to put us to the semis, and they must all get an opportunity to play. Because after all, I still believe that we're here to go to the final. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And everybody who's here will get an opportunity to play. And we have good players who can compete once again and at least get us the bronze medal.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
And next, of course, is Moses Sishona. A coach that wasn't too sure what was happening in that first game, but suddenly now he walks with, a bounce in his steps. Coach, congratulations, you are through to the final.
Yeah, thank you very much. First and foremost, a big compliment to the guys. Today they have done well. Looking at the first half, I think we were a better team. We created a lot of chances. It's just unfortunate then South Africa got that chance and they scored. After the first half, I mean, I just told the team that when we went in the dressing room, the guys, let's not put our heads down. We are a better side. Seeing how the boys, played the first half. They did a great job.
Suddenly the second half opened up and you looked the better team. You controlled the game in just about all the different aspects of the game, and very positive, and the goals came.
Yeah, this is what we planned because we watched South Africa when they played it's one, and we analyzed their strongest point and their weaknesses. So I'm glad that the guys took the advice that I gave them, and they did well.
Now you are into the finals. Congratulations. And then, but Lesotho is waiting.
Yeah, we know we are playing Lesotho, a good side, a team which has been for so many years together. But I still believe in our guys, and we will have a day tomorrow. We will just switch down a bit with the training, because after seeing the fight the guys put in today. So, and then later in the evening we will try and see if we can watch Lesotho a bit and prepare for Sunday.
Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, always interesting to hear those post-match interviews with William Shongo. We're thankful for those whilst we look back on a great day. A thoroughly entertaining day with plenty of quality in the semi-finals of the HOLLYWOODBETS COSAFA Cup of 2023. Lesotho and Malawi needed penalties, which we saw Morani being the hero for Lesotho, saving 3 penalties, then scoring the third to be a complete hero, both offensively and defensively in the shootout. Then Zambia, the defending champions, up against the host South Africa. Zambia coming from behind to book their place against Lesotho in the final. Well, we're back in Umlazi, and we'll be back in Umlazi in a couple of days here. On Sunday, it's Malawi that will face South Africa in the third and fourth playoff. Then the game of the day, the final, the game of the tournament really, we'll see the surprise package Lesotho up against it, going toe-to-toe and blow for blow against the defending champions Zambia. It's a day not to miss. Look forward to seeing you then.